Hello, my name's Ethan. This is my channel, Gringo Campesino. A little bit different, don't have a farm project. I do have a small tourism project today. So, sorry if the audio's bad. Obviously you can see I'm next to the river. This is my house right up here. Right up here is my house. So, I have this river and it's really low right now. So I'm taking advantage of the low river and trying to explore down to the bridge, which is, I'm guessing, about in river miles or river kilometers, probably 10 kilometers downriver. So I'm not really expecting to do any rolling. My kayak, even though it's old, I think it's from the 90s, I can handle whitewater in it, but I'm not really planning on it, so I'm not really wearing my safety equipment because the river's really low and I think I'm going to be walking all of the rapids. I just don't think there's enough water to float any of it. So I'm starting here, and the idea is to figure out if this river has any potential as it gets bigger, a couple kilometers down, to see if there are maybe tourism opportunities. I just was in a tourism meeting with the community, and we're hoping to grow tourism here in my town of Inova. So I'll try to take some pictures and progress along the way, as long as I keep my camera dry. I don't know if I can be heard, but this is the corner of my property. You can see there's this little creek running out here. I don't know if you can see the water. So I have like a little canyon that separates the back of my farm. So I know I've only gone about maybe a quarter of a kilometer of river miles, but you can see maybe when it's high water, a pro could pass this, but I would definitely hurt myself if I was trying. Hello everyone, this is Ethan. This is my channel, Gringo Campesino, and I'm over here in this very nice family's house here. You can see behind me. This is the house I ended up in just last week when I had to bail on the river trip that I was doing. So this is the house I ended up finding after walking out of the canyon. So I'm going to try to go down the canyon a little bit more. It's opened up a little bit. There's a tiny little bit more water in the river, so hopefully it's a little bit smoother going. So I need to walk down the canyon, so I'll switch around my camera and show you where I had left the kayak. The family here was really worried about my kayak being next to the river, so they actually carried it up the canyon for me, which I'm very grateful for, but unfortunately it was kind of unnecessary because now I have to walk down the canyon with it. So I'm really happy that they helped me out a lot. They took care of my life preserver and the equipment I had in the kayak. So I have it all now, and I'm going to walk back down the canyon. I'll switch around the camera and show you how it goes. Again, sorry for the bad audio. So I'm walking here. You can see the family here. They had brought up my kayak all the way down from the river, and this is their nice coffee drying area. It looks like they mostly have cows, but here's the kayak, and here's the paddle that I broke last week. I patched it up. Doesn't look pretty, but I think it's strong enough. I used epoxy and some strong material to patch both sides, and I put a piece of fiberglass in the rib there. So hopefully it'll sustain as I go down the river. So I don't think I can use my camera and carry the kayak at the same time on my way down. So I'll see if I can show you this, how far I had to climb out last week. So this pasture is probably a little bit overgrown. They need to come through and get out some of these weeds. I probably don't have the right amount of cattle, though I am not an expert in any way on carrying capacity of farmland here as far as cattle. But I know some of these plants here that are growing up, they're not ideal for cattle. So you can see the neighbor on the other side there completely cleared all the trees, and you could see their soil is very degraded because of it. You could see some spots you have little landslides where the cows eroded it, and you can see the soil type over there where they cut off all the trees. The soil is super red, whereas over here where they kept the trees, for the most part, or some trees, they have this browner soil. So it's obvious to me in my amateur eyes that the soil is much better over here. So you can see here, this is just 50 yards past, 50 meters past where I took out of the river last week. You can see this whole area has been mined for gravel and sand. So if I turn around, you can see I'm dragging my kayak, and that bank right up there is where I took out. So I don't know where they're getting their heavy equipment down here. I know maybe a kilometer other side of this hill there's a road that goes down to the river. So they might be driving right up the river when it's low like this, which is an unfortunate reality of the modern world. All this construction, all of this progress needs concrete. And this material is going into road building and concrete. So kind of disgusting. You can see the minerals coming out of the rocks and turning the water a little murky. It's pretty disgusting, but what can we do about it? So this is where I came from. You can see up the canyon here. You can imagine it's much narrower. And then here's that ugly farm where they denuded it of any trees and messed up the soil. And you can see here, I think this is where they're coming into the river. Those look like tractor tracks, and they're fucking up this section of the river, harvesting all the gravel and rock, putting everything up on an artificial bank over there. I have seen I have seen otters in this river before, and I can't imagine the otters are enjoying the river being torn up like this. So this is where I'm going to put my phone away, my camera away. You can see it's not very deep at all, so I'm going to really have to navigate this if I want to float. But it looks like I'll do a lot of walking today as well. But the whole idea is just to explore this river that I have next to me. So I'll put it away, and I'll try to take some more pictures as things slow down or as I get out of the river. Okay, so I didn't make it all the way down to the bridge where I thought I was going to. I'm not too far short. But my paddle broke on this recreational part of the river. You can see there's plenty of people here. So the plan is I'm just going to leave my kayak here with someone go get my car and call it a day. It was a pretty nice run. Okay, I'm just walking back to the road, get my bus. Catch a bus to get my car, and I'll drive back here to get my kayak. So this is obviously someone's farm, but it's nice to see I found some access to the river. So if I'm on my way back from town and I want to stop in for a deep section of the river for a swim, I know where that is now.